Welcome, curious minds, to another journey into the depths of our forgotten past. For centuries, the legend of Atlantis has captivated the world with tales of magic. A glowing utopia of crystal power, swallowed by the sea in a single tragic night. But what if the truth behind this myth is far more terrifying than fiction? Today, we dive into the dark waters to uncover the real apocalyptic event of Plato. We begin our descent into the crushing darkness of the majestic Atlantic Ocean. Down here, the immense water pressure could easily crush solid steel like a can. An underwater rover shines its cold, artificial light on the silent and muddy seabed. Suddenly, enormous marble pillars emerge from the endless shadows like ancient ghosts. These broken columns are completely covered in thick layers of green algae and snow. Millions of people firmly believe that a legendary supercity slumbers right here. They imagine a glorious ancient New York with flying machines and unlimited energy. According to popular culture, this civilization reached the absolute pinnacle. They conquered the skies and the seas, building monumental temples lined with gold. Their magnificent statues stood incredibly tall, projecting an aura of authority. But unbounded prosperity eventually poisoned the hearts of these advanced citizens. They became fiercely arrogant, believing they were entirely equal to the gods. Driven by greed, they launched military campaigns against their peaceful neighbors. The gods of Olympus watched this rapid moral decay with absolute and deep disgust. Zeus, the supreme ruler of the heavens, decided to deliver a merciless judgment. In a single day and night of terrifying misfortune, the entire land was destroyed. Massive earthquakes shook the ground, tearing their beautiful fortresses into pieces. Then, the raging ocean swallowed the proud empire, erasing it from the surface. For thousands of years, explorers and dreamers have searched for this sunken prize. They have spent enormous fortunes scanning the deep ocean floor for hidden treasures. Some claim they have found strange geometric formations buried beneath the mud. Others point to mysterious sonar readings as proof of a lost utopian world. Yet every single ambitious expedition has ultimately returned with empty hands. The vast and unforgiving ocean guards its ancient secrets in absolute silence. Not a single piece of advanced technology has ever been recovered from this grave. We only see the decaying remnants of ordinary stone structures slowly dissolving. This raises a profoundly disturbing question that challenges our understanding. If Atlantis was a global superpower, why is there absolutely no evidence left? Could an entire massive continent simply vanish without disrupting the Earth? Modern geologists confidently state that such a sudden geological collapse is impossible.
The Mid-Atlantic Ridge is a continuous, uninterrupted mountain range.
The Mid-Atlantic Ridge shows no signs of a sunken landmass of that incredible size. So, where did this incredibly detailed and captivating story actually originate? To find the definitive answer, We must leave this dark abyss and travel back in time. We must journey to the sunlit shores of classical Greece, where the legend first began. There, we will meet the brilliant mind who introduced Atlantis to the ancient world. The bright Mediterranean sun warms the magnificent marble temples of Athens. It is the 4th century before Christ, a golden age of philosophy and thinking. Inside a quiet academy, the legendary philosopher Plato paces across the stone floor. His wise, wrinkled face reflects a lifetime of deep contemplation and pursuit. He holds a worn parchment scroll, preparing to write a story that will change history. According to ancient historical records, Plato is the first person to mention it. He introduced this empire in his famous philosophical dialogues, Timaeus and Critias. Plato explicitly claimed that he heard this tale from an ancient Egyptian priest. He described a massive naval power located far beyond the Pillars of Hercules. A group of younger Athenian scholars gathers closely around him to listen to this tale.
The journey must follow the path of reason, not mere observation.
They eagerly point at a large, unfinished map of the known world resting on a table.
But the coastline here suggests otherwise. Look at the depth mark.
But let us critically examine this narrative with the rigorous lens of modern science. If Atlantis was truly a dominant global force, other civilizations would know. The mighty Egyptians kept meticulously detailed records of their trade and enemies. The powerful Babylonians observed the world, carefully documenting every major event. Yet, outside of Plato's specific writings, there is absolute silence in all texts. Not a single hieroglyph or clay tablet from that era even whispers the name. Furthermore, the timeline provided by the great philosopher presents a contradiction. He stated that the island empire sank 9,000 years before his own life. However, modern historians establish that complex urban societies did not exist. During that ice age, humanity consisted mostly of nomadic hunter-gatherer tribes. They did not possess the capability to build gleaming cities with advanced navies. The scholars in Athens begin to aggressively question the validity of this myth.
Perhaps the map is merely a shadow of the truth.
Did their respected teacher completely invent this story to prove a point?
In the ideal, how do we perceive its imperfections?
Was Atlantis simply a fictional literary device designed to warn his fellow men? Plato was deeply concerned about the growing arrogance and corruption within Athens. He wanted to illustrate the inevitable downfall of any society without virtue. An imaginary, defeated superpower served as the perfect metaphor for his lesson. But the most compelling fictions are usually firmly rooted in a kernel of truth. Plato did not conjure this apocalyptic destruction entirely out of his imagination. He drew inspiration from a genuine catastrophic event that scarred the world. A real, historical nightmare that was passed down through generations of survivors. To discover the actual source of the legend, we must travel eastward across the sea. We must look towards the beautiful but incredibly dangerous volcanic island of Thera. There we will witness the true, devastating power of nature that inspired this myth. The year is approximately 1600 before Christ, in the glorious Bronze Age. We arrive at the vibrant and wealthy Minoan civilization near the Isle of Thera.
And the size of these pathoi, truly impressive.
The streets are filled with prosperous citizens dressed in beautiful garments. They confidently trade exotic goods and bronze jewelry under the warm sunlight. They are unaware that a massive volcanic time bomb is ticking right beneath them.
Come, let us celebrate by the harvest.
Suddenly, the majestic mountain roars with an unimaginable and deafening fury. A towering pillar of dark ash and toxic smoke violently pierces the clear sky. The peaceful afternoon is instantly swallowed by absolute and terrifying darkness. Deep beneath the ocean floor, the Earth's crust fractures with incredible violence. This catastrophic explosion releases power far beyond human comprehension. It is thousands of times stronger than the deadliest atomic bombs ever created. The frightened citizens of Thera drop their precious belongings and begin to run. Their faces are twisted in sheer terror as burning volcanic rocks rain from above. Their Bronze Age garments are quickly soaked by the heavy falling mud and ash. They desperately scramble over the broken stones, screaming to their ancient gods. But the ultimate punishment of nature has only just begun to unleash its full wrath. The displaced ocean waters retreat violently, leaving the sandy beaches bare. Then, an unstoppable wall of dark, crushing water rises high into the horizon. A massive mega-tsunami travels at the terrifying speed of a modern jet airplane. It approaches the affluent coastal cities of the Minoan Empire without mercy. In a matter of moments, the roaring tidal wave crashes into the fragile shores. The glorious palaces and rich trading ports are instantly destroyed by the current. Thousands of lives are extinguished, dragged down into the cold and murky depths. An incredibly advanced maritime civilization is effectively erased from the Earth. The psychological impact of this regional destruction echoed for generations. Neighboring empires watched in absolute horror as their wealthy partner vanished. The terrifying memory of the sea swallowing an island became a global trauma. Oral traditions passed the story down, slowly transforming the facts into legends.
Took our lands and left only sorrow.
Over many centuries, the name of the fallen empire was lost to the passage of time. But the core narrative of a prosperous island collapsing into the sea remained. This brings us back to the philosopher, sitting quietly in his candlelit room. Plato adapted this ancient memory to construct his ultimate moral warning. He significantly exaggerated the physical size, the wealth, and the timeline. He created the grand name of Atlantis to captivate his audience in the message. The fallen utopia was never a magical kingdom. It was a profound human mirror. Plato presses his feather quill firmly onto the parchment, finalizing his work. His deep eyes reflect the flickering candlelight as he ponders the nature of man. He understood that true devastation comes not from angry deities in the sky. The greatest threat to any magnificent civilization is our own arrogance. When we believe we have fully conquered the natural world, we expose our weakness. We blindly build our monuments on incredibly restless and tectonic plates. We construct our densely populated coastal cities right next to a volatile ocean. The chilling reality of the Minoan collapse is far more terrifying than fantasy. There were no warning signs, no magical spells, and absolutely nowhere left to hide. A thriving, intelligent society was silenced, buried beneath tons of heavy mud. Now, let us slowly descend once again into the crushing darkness of the deep abyss. The fragile beam of our modern submarine illuminates the silent, ruined columns. These stones do not represent a lost alien technology or a secret magic spell. They are the quiet testament to the undeniable fragility of human achievement. The legend of Atlantis persists because we are fascinated by our vulnerability. We want to believe that only divine intervention could destroy the magnificent. Accepting that a random geological event can erase us is a terrifying thought. But the silent ruins at the bottom of the sea offer a very sobering perspective. Mother Nature remains the undisputed and sovereign ruler of this beautiful planet. She does not care about our engineering, our art, or our towering human pride. With a single tectonic shrug, she can instantly wipe the slate completely clean. The real Atlantis is not a hidden treasure map waiting to be found by explorers. It is a timeless metaphor, crafted to ensure that humanity never forgets its place. As the light of the submarine fades, the ancient pillars are swallowed by the abyss. The endless ocean reclaims its eternal silence, guarding the echoes of the past. We are left to navigate the balance between progress and environmental respect. The story of Thera is a sobering reminder, written violently into the planet's crust. It urges us to study the hidden geological forces that shape our modern world. Will our sprawling modern cities eventually face the exact same destiny? Or will we learn the vital lessons of humility embedded within Plato's tale? The answer lies in how we choose to build our future alongside a powerful Earth. For now, the myth of Atlantis continues to inspire, to warn, and to fascinate us. We must forever respect the unpredictable ocean that conceals the ancient past. Because history proves that nature always reclaims what humanity tries to build. The sea remains the ultimate judge, waiting patiently in the dark, deep waters. Its mysterious depths hold the ultimate truth, guarded by unyielding centuries. Remember the fallen Minoans whenever you gaze upon the tranquil surface of the sea. Was Atlantis just a philosophical warning, or a genuine memory of the eruption? Do you believe humanity will ever face a natural reset? Tell us your thoughts. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please like, share, and subscribe for more epic tales.